good.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m., Monday, November 14, 2022. This is the Muscatine County Board of Supervisors. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First is to review the agenda.
Move to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Nathan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next is discussion and possible action to approve claims dated November 14, 2022 in the amount of $648,065.92.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Santos. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next is discussion and possible action to approve the FY 2022 Urban Renewal Report with Muscatine County Auditor Tybee Vanderlinden. Tybee, good morning.
Okay, that report is in your packet. This is an annual report that's provided and presented with a deadline of December 1st to be accepted by you as a board.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Santos. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of the November 7, 2022 regular meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Doug. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Correspondence. Jeff, do you have anything?
I think you all probably got a email from Eric or the WMA. They're gonna have an open house on, I'll get the November 10th. No, I'm sorry, because it's been too late. Monday the 21st. No, I'm screwing this up bad. I'm getting the wrong dates. Anyway, there's gonna be an open house. I'll make sure you have the dates to go over the watershed management plan. It's like in, I don't remember, West Branch, I think. So hopefully you'll be able to attend. I'll plan to be there. That's it.
Okay. Nathan?
See, I think we also all got a letter or an email from ISAC talking about the planned allocations of the opioid settlement fund. That looks like it's going to be moving forward. No real specifics yet, but people have asked about that, so I wanted to bring that up.
Okay. I had nothing to note. Santos?
No correspondence.
Doug?
Nothing to know.
Nothing? Okay. Jeff, did you have anything on committees?
No committees.
Got anything, Nathan?
Double checking. Let's see. Did not.
Did not. The only thing I had was on Wednesday, the 9th, Conservation Board had a special meeting. The house out there at Salisbury has got some furnace issues, and they got some bids in regard to getting a new furnace in there before it gets cold, so we got to hurry on that one. And that's all I had. Santos?
On the 11th, we had the quarterly West Liberty Association meeting, and we had updates with the sports complex that they're doing there in West Liberty with Sean Kruger, the school superintendent. Also had Eric Sanders, the VA, had a presentation there for the Veterans 509 American Legion there in West Liberty, and we had Ethan Anderson, the new mayor for West Liberty, also give a presentation a little bit briefly on the new well that they're going to be digging there in West Liberty, going to a Jordan well, which is extremely deep for that type of an aquifer, and just updates on their housing projects that they're moving along with. So,
Okay. Doug?
No meetings. I just want to remind people the 20th, this Sunday, is Festival of Trees at the fairgrounds. I don't know do you know what time it starts, Kurt?
That was 11.
I think it's 11 o'clock. I know they have a meal and they'll have a lot of trees displayed to vote on which one's the best.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Very good. Next is items with the administration office. First is discussion on possible action to approve a hiring request for the jail. I believe you get some information in your packet on that as well, I believe.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Nathan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is discussion and possible action to approve a hiring request for the county attorney's office. Like to speak on that, Jim?
Thank you. Good morning. As you know, we've been down one and now down two. So First Assistant Kelly Cunningham Hahn was elected as Scott County Attorney on November 8th. So come the end of the year, she will be leaving her employ with Muscatine. So what I waited till the election to kind of see what was going to shake out, and I've extended offers to two people. One I met with last Friday, and she will be in the office starting this Thursday morning. She is attending the county attorney's conference this week to get some CLE hours in. Her name's Heather Fielder. She's the hire before you today. She has worked in the Scott County Attorney's Office for a couple of years, so she has some experience, which is a good thing. I've met with her twice personally, and then with a couple of the assistants as well on a third occasion. So we found a good pick. Would ask the board to approve her, bringing her in, giving her 2 years of experience at a year 3 level on the step system. So she'll be handling the caseload that the former assistant handled, at least to start, and that's our plan. You got any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
And you have candidates for the other position?
I've made an offer to another gentleman who's been an attorney for about 10 years. He's actually this week got married on his honeymoon, so he'll be back next week. And we will meet with him at that time to get things, but I believe everything will work itself out next week in due course.
Very good.
So that's good, because there have been some offices struggling to find people.
Yeah, my only question is that you mentioned that she was working in Scott County, so is she living in the Quad Cities? Or
Yeah, she lives in Bettendorf. She has an apartment lease here into 2023.
Okay.
At which time she plan on moving down to Muscatine.
Good.
So that's one of the items that we covered. Ideally, I mean, I can't. She
No,
doesn't
and
have to
I
live
know, I
here,
just thought the
and
challenges during
Yeah,
the winter,
no,
if that was gonna create a lot
weather
of,
creates a challenge, and depending on what time you get here and a parking spot and all of that starts to matter when you have to make that additional travel
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
So
well, that's good.
Very good.
Glad to welcome her to Muscatine.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Santos. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is discussion and possible decision on a request from the Muscatine County Historical Friends Group for Muscatine County to serve as their fiscal sponsor. We have that information in our packet as well. Do we have anybody here from the Friends that would speak?
If you have any questions, Kayla can answer them for you.
So basically, it looks like the impetus for this is that the community foundation is increasing their fees for said services. Yeah, and I read the recommendation from staff. I would agree with them. We've got relatively new staffs, and I don't know that this is additional work that the county can commit to taking on. They have an option. It just costs money, which should cost us money as well, so.
And it creates a huge liability for the county in terms of our fiscal oversight responsibility.
That's how I read it as
Yeah.
well. It creates a tremendous amount of cost for the county as well as risk.
Yeah, so I think the recommendation by the staff is to, ask them to look further for a sponsor, and I would concur with that, so I would make a motion in that effect.
Okay,
Second.
I have a motion from Jeff, a second by Nathan to have them seek further help.
And they can continue with the foundation, I mean, if they,
And it sounds like they had a meeting last Wednesday. Sounds like they've perhaps come up with another option. But since this request was out there, we wanted to.
Sure.
Okay. So I've got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I would prefer to see them ask us to help them with funding of that administrative cost rather than having us do it so that the taxpayer is not liable for any
Exactly.
misappropriation of fund.
Very good. Anything other, Nancy?
The only other thing I have is that open house that Jeff referred to as 1129.
I was narrowing in
At
on
West
that.
Branch
You're
Town
getting there.
Hall.
West Branch. And it's at like 5:30, right? Or is it till 5:30 or something like that?
Open house starts at 5:30.
With the presentation at 6 PM.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Next is receive information from county employees. Do I have any county employees that wish to address the board at this time on any issue? Tybee?
I'd just like to thank everybody for their support in the election. The post-election audit will be held this Friday, November 18th, in the auditor's office at 9 AM. And we have been commissioned by the Secretary of State to, as our post-election audit precinct, will be Lake Township. The public, it is open. Public can see how the hand counting occurs, how we go through the process to hand count those ballots to prove that the tabulator machine counted the ballots correctly.
How did those work out? Pretty well?
The,
Any tech, no one had the wrong printer settings or anything like in Arizona?
right, we fared very well.
Very
We
good.
did not have even some of the same issues that were across the state that are now.
Awesome.
Awesome,
Good
yes.
deal.
Recounts.
Very good, very good. Thank you for all those efforts. That was a
Thank
big
you.
job.
And reminder, the canvas is tomorrow morning at 9.
Right,
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
okay.
Receive comments from the public. Do I have anyone here from the public that would like to address the board on any issue not on the agenda? Seeing no one come forward, it is 9:11 and we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.